Fiancée cheated on me now 7 months ago. We started dating when I was 23, she was 22. She was my first love and I thought she would be my only. We had been living together for 3 years and had been engaged for 1 year, but hadn't really planned a wedding yet, but we were going to. We were in a bit of a down in our relationship, but I just thought that every relationship has those times and I still loved her with all my heart. Looking back, there were signs she had an affair, but at the time I really couldn't fathom she would do something like that. One day I got home early back from work around lunchtime, which normally never happened. I knew she had a free day at home and didn't let her know as to kinda surprise her. And maybe we could have lunch together somewhere or something. When I got home, I saw clothes laying around and heard some noises coming from the bedroom. I already felt something was wrong. With my heart in my throat and legs shaking, I walked up the stairs to our bedroom. The door was slightly open and I saw my GF on her fours, with her ass up getting fucked by another guy. They both didn't notice me, they were facing me with their backs. I just stood there totally in shock for what I think was 5 to 10 seconds but felt an hour. I didn't confront them and walked out our house, got in the car and drove to some parking lot. There I just cried the soul out my body for hours until I felt totally numb. When I got home in the evening, my GF pretended like nothing happened. As cold as I could, I said I wanted to break up. She started crying and asked for an explanation, but I didn't want to give her one and told her I wanted to have her out of the house in a week and that until that time I would sleep somewhere else. The house was in my name, so that helped. I walked away and blocked her on everything. I told my closest friends and family what had happened but asked them to keep that for themselves and to have no contact with my now ex-GF. I could stay at a friend's house for that first week, and when I got home my GF had thankfully left. That first month after was the hardest month of my life. I was absolutely heartbroken and friends and family of my ex-GF tried to contact me for an explanation and I got some hateful comments as well. There were times where I just wanted them to fuck off and reply to them that she cheated and she should get all the hate, but I just ignored and blocked them all. The most difficult was when her parents tried to contact me because over the years I had created a strong bond with them and really saw them as my second parents, but I also ignored them. They weren't hateful or anything and just wanted to talk, but I refused. One of my ex-GF best friends, let's call her M, and I had gotten quite close with each other over the years, and would call her a good friend of my own too. She wanted to get in touch with me a few times, but I refused. But after a month, contacted me again and said she just wanted to talk, and said she actually had had an argument with my ex-GF but wouldn't want to tell me why. Over the phone, I invited her over and eventually told her what had happened and why I broke up with my GF. I also told them that I knew she must have known about the affair of my ex-GF, and that I understand she didn't want to betray her friend by telling about it to me. I didn't really want to be friends with her too. Then started crying and said she wanted to tell me and that she had felt very conflicted about it. It was also the reason M and my ex had had an argument, as M had told my ex that she didn't know why I broke up with her but that she deserved it. We talked some longer and ended up sleeping together. Eventually told my ex and they aren't really friends anymore, and it kinda broke up their friend group. Also, I wrote a letter to the parents of my ex explaining everything and telling them I was heartbroken by the situation and that I always had loved them, wished things would have been different. I got a letter back how they understood that they always thought I was the perfect son-in-law and that they are very disappointed in their daughter and wish me the best. That all was about 5 to 7 months ago, and last week I heard my ex had gotten really depressed and is in therapy now. The best thing maybe is that I don't even really think about her anymore, and I don't really feel hatred, resentment, or sadness about her anymore. When I heard that she was depressed, I didn't really care, and maybe even felt some sense of pity for her. Anyway, 6 months later I dodged a bullet and am happy while she is depressed, having lost a loving partner, friends, and has disappointed parents. TLDR. My GF cheated on me and now she is depressed while I'm happy.